This Cooley character is the ultimate grifter. I told you guys, and I say it 1,000 times, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. You could be in character. So now that he's been outed for being a fraud, the big fraud that he is, he's online now trying to think that he's smarter than everybody else, using a bunch of word salad that don't mean anything. You know, he's saying, he's telling people that I told you guys what my life was and all this, that, and other, but no, you didn't. You're a damn liar. So he'll throw little innuendos about what he used, about what he did in his past life, who he was with, but he never, ever linked his TikTok channel to his YouTube page where it was him and people could know who it was. That channel that he has is under his wife's name and it's more of a woman's channel that the YouTube audience would never know. But because he's under so much fire now, he's online saying this.
There's been a lot of noise in these streets, and we're going to explain and expose all the misinformation and propaganda that these reaction channels is doing about Cooley and FUGAZEE. One of my tenets are manipulation happens when you focus on the effects instead of going to the root, the cause of things. And many viewers out there have been manipulated by watching these reaction channels from these big platforms. And that was the edited version of the clip. So here's the full version of the clip.
That is the truth.
Okay, so since
I don't care about going broke or none of that.
So since
You believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
By what standard?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I'm in a relationship, I'm not speaking about myself. But
When I'm in a relationship, I'm not speaking about myself.
As you can see in that clip, I never said I was a top tier man.
If y'all don't believe me that YouTube has given these cornballs a microphone to the point where they can always be who they always wanted to be. You know, they always had dreams of being this high profile, all the way live guy, right? So they go into character. If y'all don't believe me, look at this idiot.
Don't have that mindset that think that, oh, I'm this guy right now. I'll put it like this. Right now where I'm at in myself in my life, I know that if I wanted to be out in these streets and be promiscuous, I'll be doing damage to a lot of women. It's gonna be very hard to measure up to a nigga like me. Maybe some years ago, I didn't really have the confidence, but now it's like, it's gonna be extremely hard for a woman to find a man that's better than me. And guess what? I know this, cause she ain't gonna never find another nigga that's better. It's gonna be extremely hard. Next guy she find better is gonna be Jesus. About myself, bro, I'm not the type of guy that, you know, big and boast about himself.
Guy had the audacity to say the next person that can outdo him, it will be Jesus. So he talked about how he will be trouble to all these women out here, but then turned around and said he's not the type to brag and boast about himself. When you got some sunglasses on saying that it was nobody can measure up to you if you was out in the street running wild. I mean, this is all a joke. But again, he's saying all of this stuff to make money because he knows he can garner an audience this way. But you know what he didn't do? He never ever linked that channel with his wife. I mean, not his wife, his baby mom of 2. And he put 2 more children in her to his channel and then let off with this type of content. Because he would have never, the same pushback he getting now, he would have never got off the ground. Because the level of the way he talks about these baby moms, and then he go get with a single mom, right, with 2 children. But remember, he's an outlier. He's an exception to the rule. But he came under the crossfire now of AbaNPreach. AbaNPreach saw this and they said this.
Bro, you know what you're doing right now? You're doing, like, in your video, you're doing negative gatekeeping.
He's doing Fugazi.
Yes, that's what you're doing. That is exactly what you're doing.
I don't even understand the point of this. If you think you top dog, then just say it. Why are you doing this fake humble thing because you getting called out? You look two-faced, you look like a clown, that's why your fan base calling you out. Yes, that's what you think you are. It's like the Fresh and Fit clowns, right? They were calling everybody betas, and then everyone kept referring to them to alpha males, and they were like, I never said I was an alpha male. Then why are you calling people betas? Are you trying to insult people with what you think you are? And now you're asking us to delete our memory, to forget what we're hearing and seeing, and then listen to your dumb ass. I'm just saying, alpha male goofballs like this love saying, hey, women don't take accountability well, but women are emotional, and this dude is contorting backwards like he's in Cirque du Soleil trying to tell me he ain't sniffing his own asshole. I mean, I feel like that's what them circus people always do. They have a ball, but in my head I'm like, you just wanted to sniff your butt, didn't you?
on company time.
Yeah, on company time. Like everyone clapping, but ain't you just
sniffing your butt?
I mean, I sniff my butt too, but I just go a quick wipe, you know? We all do that sometimes.
What?
You've never like...
No.
Never? Cap.
I got full eyes.
Cap.
What's wrong with
Is this one of them situations where everyone pretends they didn't do something that we've all done?
No, because you say butt. I scratch my balls and do that.
let's stop, pretending like we not part of the crew.
Oh my
And it's just to
God.
be able to check, like, oh, is my shit sank? Okay, I gotta go take care of that ASAP.
You're doing some negative gatekeeping. This motherfucker make me think of a single mother that don't have that get a call from the baby dad. The negative gatekeeping is, hello, ugh. Here, your father. You didn't call the kid's father an asshole, but your whole demeanor said asshole. You don't have to say stuff to say stuff.
And see, in this clip, he explains to you how he's better than all of you out there. He's the exception to the rule because his woman is different, right? And it's funny. Why is your woman different? What makes your woman different? See, because he had a child and he says that he became a stepfather. So that means that, he had a rocky situation with the mom, and he ended up getting with this woman that was an exception to the rule. But if she was such an exception to the rule, why you never had her on the show with you? You can't say that you didn't want to show her because y'all got a channel together and pictures online. Why you didn't bring her on the show to show how you guys are different, separated from what you're talking about? Listen to what he's saying right here.
Oh, as you all just witnessed in that clip, it shows that, Cooley is saying these things about not dating a single mom, but he's actually dating one. So hypocritical. Well, let's actually play some clips where I always speak about these things on my podcast, and I've never lied about my life. And I have almost 2 million followers on TikTok where it shows my personal life. So how can they be exposing anything when I put this out there for the world to see? And I've spoke about these things many times on my podcast. You're in the 18 percentile, like myself. I have full custody of my kid, right? Difference between me and you is I met my girl when we got together when we were 25. Yeah. So yes, we both had children. So we came into the relationship with children, but I was young and she was young. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't have to build on anything. We were kind of just young together, figuring things out. Okay, so now you just heard that clip where you got the truth now. Now let's get into another clip where I actually tell men that don't have any kids not to date single moms. Men that do have kids that have full custody of their kids, that's an exception to the rule if you have full custody of your kids, because only 18% of fathers win custody battles. So you're in the exception, man. And when you have full custody of your kid, women that don't have kids necessarily don't understand the obligations that it takes when having kids. There's many red flags that those single moms be having. So still try to avoid them. But if you can find one that doesn't have all of those red flags, but you have a kid, maybe it's not a bad idea. But still, it's nonsensical to even say because generally speaking, most of them do. I just happen to be the exception to the rule, and my girl happens to be the exception to the rule.
So he's such an exception to the rule. But what he didn't want you to know, and where his nightmare came from, was another YouTuber came and exposed him. Like really, dropped the bombshell because, like I said, had he would have just led with and let everybody know, because there's two different audiences between TikTok and YouTube. When he come to YouTube with his channel, no Fugazi, Fugazi just would have let everybody know that, hey, I'm with a single mom and I'm an exception to the rule, and just see how it worked out for him, right? But now he doesn't understand why he's getting so much pushback, because you are a fraud. You showed yourself to be a fraud. And this guy right here outed you.
This is why I tell y'all got to be careful about where y'all get y'all relationship/life advice from these guys on this internet, on these podcasts. Because yesterday I made a video about that Fugazi Cooley dude or whatever, talking about being a top tier man. I always kind of knew dude was a little buddy. But yeah, so here's the clip, and then I'll show you why.
Don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
So you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on.
That's why he said that. That's why he talked the way he talked. That's why he thinks he's a top tier man, because he's 6'4" and black. This is why he's the trinket. He's the fetish. But this is the dude that y'all follow, fellas. This is the rhetoric that y'all subscribe to from hypocrites. A black man playing stepdaddy to some white kids with a single mother who was a BBL Becky. Mind you, getting her knocked up because she's currently pregnant, not even married to her. They've been together since 2017 and has yet to put a ring on her finger. Looks like you're doing more than recreational use with her, buddy. Or maybe you're not, because you still ain't married her, But you're giving her those mixed kids that she enjoys to make content with, though.
Then he breaks down an aspect about being with a single mom and how if you with a single mom, she puts the children first and you can't discipline the children. And he's using all of these talking points of all the old red pill talking points. And he tries to talk just like Myron. I mean, he tries to use all of Myron's talking points. It's funny as hell. It's funny. Listen.
So realistically, if your value is high enough and you can dictate a lot of terms in a relationship, don't date any single moms. You get a woman without any kids. If you have a kid and your value is high enough to still dictate terms in a relationship, still don't get a woman with kids because it's going to be a headache. Because, okay, like the woman said on the panel, if you fall in love with Lil Ray Ray and then she breaks up with you, then now you can't even, and you raise Lil Ray Ray, now you can't even see Lil Ray Ray. And then a multitude of other things that if you're in a relationship with a single mother, normally, if your value isn't high enough and she doesn't admire you and look to you for, guidance and stuff like that, she's not going to let you discipline her kids. She's gonna be like, oh, no, hit my babies, those my babies.
Nah, B. Nah. The backpedaling is real.
And see, that was AbaNPreach getting at him, man. Letting them know, like, dude, you're a fraud and stop it. Stop it. But I told you guys, man, online, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. You could be in character. These dudes are all a joke, man. We saw what Donovan Sharp got exposed and outed because he lied. We see all the stuff that Myron and them, all the things that Myron and his crew do. They talk about these scantily clad OnlyFans, and they having boat parties with the OnlyFans girls on the ship. He got a black girl pregnant, but he talked bad about black women all the time. This stuff is a joke. It's a joke. But this is what you give your energy and your spirituality to. These are the people that you run over to watch, and you watch for entertainment. And because you like them, you make excuses for these liars. These are bona fide 100% liars. Because had he been who he said he was, he wouldn't be getting pushback from his audience. Because this is the thing. If I don't know you, I don't know you as a person. I only know you by the content and what you put out. How do we know if that your woman was an exception to the rule? We got to just believe you when we are looking at you as a liar. You got with a woman that couldn't make it with whoever she was with, right? Coming to you with baggage with 2 children. Your whole, all of what you put out online is about dogging single moms. And you get with a single mom of 2. But when it comes to you, you are the exception to the rule because you're better than everybody else. And because you're 6'4", and I heard you even say, you said online, right, that you have more money in your bank for a lifetime, but then said you don't have $1 million in the bank. I heard you when you said that when you was on the live the other day. Like, it's all insane. It's all insane. And people listen to this and follow this because what you did was people weakness in the game and you're exploiting it. You're looking at a lot of these men who always aspire to be cool. So you put on a character of being cool. And I could be cool and play a character for these guys, man, and get their money. Because I know these guys are SEX starved and they're starving for the likes. They just want the attention. And if I give them an image of what it's like to be cool, you and that other guy, man, the kickboxer guy that everybody was following, that's in trouble in Romania. All of this stuff is a joke. It's a joke. And you guys got to wake up, man, because it's a grift, man. He get a BBL Becky, and the BBL Becky is the exception to the rule. But none of the other women are. Like, come on, man. Y'all got to wake up, man. Y'all got to wake up. Using all Myron's talking points, man. And when you're older and you have more life experiences, you can see right through this stuff, man. This guy's a joke. And he thinks he's smarter than everybody by saying dumb stuff. But again, I'm going to say this to you again, Cooley. If you really was about being about it, when you started your channel, knowing the content that you was going to put up, you would have took that TikTok channel and linked it to your YouTube page and let everybody see what you was about. Not tell them in little spurts. Let them have a visual for what it is that you were talking about. And then go dog single moms. So that way you won't have to come out here and say that you're the outlier. You're the exception to the rule. Separate from everybody else. It's just you. You're the one separate from everybody else. Come on, man. But again, when they play in characters so long, they make money. He has to take the position he takes. If not, he falls off. And his lifestyle is predicated on this type of content that he puts out. Other than that, he don't eat. But I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.